With great power comes great responsibility. That's what one Big Daddy once said, I think. When you let that power grow too intensely, one of two things can happen. You'll either use that power to promote good and prosper in your life, or you'll slowly fall into a pit of pain where you begin to torture yourself. I've never had great power, but I love to torture myself. So that's how we got here. This is the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Challenge. Can you beat the Modern Warfare campaign without taking damage? A few things to note before we get into the challenge. I'm pretty easy, all things considered, so I'm playing on Recruit, the easiest difficulty. I'll let you know if I think it's too easy and change the difficulty down the line. The challenge itself is pretty simple. I take damage, I restart to the last checkpoint. Modern Warfare thankfully typically gives you a lot of checkpoints. This is not always true, as you will see. So I started Fog of War. Then we meet Alex, one of the protagonists. I take that mustache ride. And so we begin.
I move slow.
Took down 2 people trying really hard not to see us with their flashlights. Then we fired a warning shot. You know, just to scare them a little bit. This obviously did no harm and was mostly meant to be a fireworks show. Oh, still going. They're probably fine. Okay, maybe not so fine. Okay, never mind. Maybe we bruised them a bit. Picked up a shoddy McBoom-Boom gun. This would come in handy later. So would my hand. We fought our way past the machine gun. Was very thankful I was on Recruit, since I'm not the big smartest all of none of the time. Then I took my first damage. Not only that, I almost completely died. Not a great indicator for events to come. Turned on the power.
Lights coming on.
And found the gas I've been told is important. Good thing we didn't swab the wrong part of the canister and got a negative. Mommy would have spanked me again.
Jackpot. EID.
Walked normally to the Jeep. Then it struck me. We were in a Jeep. Only bad things happen to those in a Jeep. It's also probably worth mentioning here that any damage I take during a cutscene doesn't count as part of this challenge. Although that said, I didn't see any red flashes on my screen the entire time this happened. Let me know what you think. You can't prove Alex didn't have those scars before the cutscene. Daddy got kicked out of the all-mommy meeting. Then we got introduced to Captain 399 and Sergeant Piccadilly. I assume that's why Piccadilly is the largest font. The mission could have started out better. 2 people gave me a good test of my patience already. Eventually started making my way up the streets. Cleared a building. Someone kept yelling at me about civilians dying, but I never saw it, therefore it did not happen. Just like how my parents told me that my goldfish swam happily down the toilet after she started sleeping upside down in the bowl for some reason. I didn't see Froggy not swim away, same logic. I eventually left and took damage. Watch a car try to parallel park in New York and took damage. The cops decided not to kill the same people they must have killed the previous 2 times, so I took damage. I got out, got shot, and shot a civilian at the same time. A+ work. This guy wanted to kill me with a knife, but I only go for forks. This guy started complaining about his alarm that was about to go off. I guess I understand. I hit snooze for about 2 hours before I realized it's 3 p.m. The next mission, Embedded, is mostly about stealth, which I'm great at. I blend into whatever environment I'm asked to without a glimmer of a problem. Then I met Cindy, the cinder block. We would make sweet memories together. Had Cindy killed this man. I do not care that I took damage here. It was all worth it for Cindy.
One way to do it.
We killed the guards and had our next objective, destroy the planecopters. So I found Cindy. He got caught almost immediately. I helped some people that looked sleepy take a nap. I accidentally touched this person's tickle area in their neck instead of pressing their head with Cindy, which alerted the others. I fixed that mistake and planted the boom-boom device. Made my way to the second, which means 2, helicopter, planted the second, which still means 2, bombs. Didn't forget Cindy, because how dare you think I would. I made loud sounds, and debated my entire life, knowing I couldn't bring Cindy any longer. This is the first of many times I would cry during this challenge. I decided Farah watched Top Shelf, considering how well she played with knives, and completed another mission. Next was Proxy War. Hadir taught me to fly a thing. I fucked up and accidentally flew into a helicopter. My sincerest apologies. We began raiding the airbase and was happy that everyone was taking the lead of the charge considering how precious I was. I would try to let them do almost all of the work so I could avoid damage. I rewarded them by accidentally shooting them for their efforts. Respawn and immediately took damage. And again. We pushed forward after I made a mess of things with my drone. And I made a smart cover decision, being that I decided I didn't need cover.
God damn it.
The next time I learned and took more cover. It worked well. I showed off why my KD in multiplayer is almost a 1. If you want accuracy lessons, just let me know. Turned a corner and this guy clearly had it out for me. Came back and did a cool thing,
Oh shit.
then a bad thing.
God damn it. I took damage.
Hadir gave me too many compliments for flying my plane. I started to act up and got shot.
Positive reinforcement from here is gonna get me acting up. I just took damage.
Had a surprise party where I almost shit my
Oh,
pants for
shit.
the second time already during this. I don't want to talk about the first one. I then learned Hadir had a thing for remming. Both thoughts made me happy. I learned to take cover and not run into potentially open areas.
And I took damage.
I started to think that a chopper might be down. Didn't know why I knew this.
Chopper down! Chopper down!
Eventually wasn't stupid and got past that. Then I saw my happy little friend in the top left. I took my time approaching the hangar, methodically clearing out enemies, and then got too cocky.
360. And I took damage.
I saved myself from a grenade, but it didn't matter. Like most things in life. You could convince people in high school to not nickname you Teletubby, but then they nickname you Coal Ranch Dorito instead. Coal Ranch Dorito prevailed once again. Saw the best side of Hadir. I stupidly thought a Jeep would help me. It didn't. I saw the color for the first time in my life. And completed the mission. Then I was on to the first mission that worried me. Clean house. This mission has been praised for trying to get as close as realistic as it could about how an actual special operations team would clear a building. Basically, what this means for me is tight spaces, smarter enemies, and maybe less checkpoints. All things not ideal for someone trying their bestest to not be shotted. Surprisingly though, I didn't have too much trouble with this mission. I took some damage, and made some maybe not so great decisions. Fixed those issues by killing everyone. I've played this mission before, so I remember some of the people that gave me trouble, because I'm the big blind, and finished Clean House. If that mission had you feeling optimistic, don't let it, because I'll say this at the start of the next mission. It didn't go so well. Hunting Party is not so great for not taking damage, and that started immediately. And the most fun part about all of this? The footage you're seeing right now was basically all useless except for the fact that I can show you how much of a pain in the ass this mission was. See, by the time I finally got through most of the more difficult spots, my recording stopped and I didn't notice. So I got through most of the mission, looked down, and saw I no longer had enough space on my computer since Elgato files take up a lot of fucking space. So I decided I would have to do this again. After spending about an hour and a half hell and clearing it through this mission in the last recording though, the second time wasn't so bad. I obviously knew where I previously struggled, and don't worry, Uncle Terry would still be proud of the beating I took in this mission. But it was still less than an Uncle Terry beating. My teammate here wanted to do everything he could to make sure I died. Just like my real life teammates, when they say, "Hey, stand here," and proceed to pelt me with soccer balls to my face. Got into the hospital once again, and a civilian really caught one of my bullets. And believe it or not, I got through this section the first try. What took me about 45 minutes the last recording session only took a few minutes this time. It's amazing what a butt plug can do. The next section didn't, however. See, there's a mounted machine gun down the tight hallway that you can't do anything about. You can't shoot them, you can't grenade them. They're just there waiting to erase your hopes and dreams like your parents. All you really can do is throw smoke, run to the next cover, and hope you don't get shot. Also, checkpoints are not the best in this entire mission, including this section. As I'm sure you've noticed, I can get pretty far, spend about 5 to 10 minutes doing my do-goodly to not get shot, and then naturally get shot, and I still hadn't reached a new checkpoint. I will say the machine gun must be firing feathers, as it should have filled me with enough metal to basically be Wolverine. I also learned Alex has the big dumb and can't figure out walls and windows sometimes. Anyways, this continued for about 10 minutes, and eventually got a checkpoint. I cried again here. Used a snake cam to peek at the cool kids in the bathroom, and captured the dog thing wolf guy. Next was Embassy, yet another mission I was worried about. If you've ever watched 13 Hours starring Jim Halpert, you'll understand why. The mission starts off with a smooth departure from your helicopter. One piece of knowledge this game gives you is that landing on your face is the best thing to do when falling. The nice man in the yellow shirt asked me to let him in, so I did. Then you get to the first battle sequence. To say the first fucking battle you have here was a cakewalk would be all but a lie. Unless that cake was filled with knives, pine cones, and my love life, then it would be a cakewalk. The enemies here are just relentless. My first objective is to pick up the M4 sitting on the table, which is delayed because of the explosion. That simple task was not simple. So I tried using my pistol. Worked brilliantly. You can hear how happy I am.
What the fuck?
Tried throwing a flashbang. Apparently flashbangs do a big hurt job to someone. Went back to the M4. I tried to wait it out and hope $1.49 killed most of them. Stood up and got ass blasted.
Jesus.
I eventually got lucky and continued. Put a civilian out of their misery, but the game didn't like it. The combination of dumb enemies and the bulletproof glass made this area much better, except the shotgun ass hat who had wall hacks enabled.
Jesus Christ, dude. This is on recruit.
This will not be the only time we see it. I prevailed with the power of restart a few times. Then watched how Price made sweet love. Met up with the other protagonists, and knew nothing else could go wrong unless they made me direct someone that I had no direct control over using cameras. And that's what they did. So I guided Stacy through the embassy. I thought since this was on recruit, the game would cut me some slack. For me, they did. For Stacy, not so much. Second attempt, she didn't get shot at least.
Oh, fuck.
2 more times passed. But the 5th Stacy was the charm. Fuck you, other 4 Stacys. We made our way to the compound, and my butt cheeks started to clench, as this was the first place I was scared of. We dug in, then undug to fire a non-sexual looking object, and we were under attack. I guess they didn't like the toy I shot at them. To be honest, this section surprised me. I didn't take damage for a very long time. I honestly assumed this mission would be absolute hell. I had to hide from mortars that were threatening to bully me. I took 1 bullet to my left right finger that I was playing with. I was given a fun thingy that would make fun. Price touched my shoulder. I peed and cried this time. Then the mission got a lot easier. See, the thing about the fun thingy is that it's a laser pointer for a drone to fire missiles. I don't need to be out in the open for long. I just pop up, click, then everyone's like me on the inside. Dead. This went on until eventually everyone was dead. Then I kept being told someone was by the crates, but I couldn't find the crates for the life of me. I wasn't being shot at. I couldn't remember if I just got a checkpoint. I did this for about 5 minutes. So I decided to explore, hoping to find the one asshole too scared to play with me and my new friends here at the park. Surprise, surprise, the game was glitched, and I got a random checkpoint in the middle of the field, the perfect location for when the next wave of enemies arrive. Continued to destroy the mortar nest. No issues here to report. None at all. Got a great view again. I hate campers. Killed the mortar team. This guy exploded on me. I think that sounds okay. I'll go with that. What else could it mean? Then, oh no! The wolf dog thing escaped. Didn't see that coming. Then we're on to hunting party. Although I felt like the hunted, and this was no party. Unless you consider banging your head on the wall a party. Then this party still sucked. Did some target practice that didn't really help. Killed some scouts. Then the attack began. I closed my eyes during this part, so let me know if I hit anything. I swear I wasn't trying my hardest to hit anyone. That would be very sad. The enemies eventually get close. It doesn't matter how well you aim, or how bad you do in this case. And that's where the problem occurs with this mission. See, it's mostly easy to avoid gunfire or grenades, but Molotovs not so much. And these aren't your typical run-of-the-mill Molotovs either. I learned very quickly that you can't stay in the same spot you were sniping from. So I moved, and just like that, I was okay. Oh, that was weird. Let me try again. Like I said, I moved to better cover and was okay. Oh, what the fuck? I'm not safe here? I'll be safe here. No one spawns back here. Okay, Tom Brady must be throwing this shit. Okay, let me charge them and see if that works. Didn't work. Okay, there's absolutely no way they get me here. I'm hidden. No one is around. I'm just going to wait it out for a little while. And what the f— I couldn't figure this out. No matter what you do or where you go, the Molotov will hurt you. You can't kill someone who is throwing it because it seemingly comes out of nowhere. There is no escaping this fire. I tried staying on a ladder. Didn't matter. I eventually got a checkpoint, so it didn't matter anyways. If this invalidates this challenge, then oh well. I can't figure out how to avoid this damage. I'm just going to count it as damage in a cutscene. Nothing I can do. We fought them back, and I had a chance to redeem my poor marksmanship from before. I think I did. I mean this time. Then we were fighting generic enemy number 2, or Russians as we call them. One person in particular gave me trouble, but other than that and the Molotovs, this mission was easier than I expected. But fuck those Molotovs. Then we found out Hadir is the one who stole the gas. My big strong man has betrayed me again. Just like my friend Dogfight. The next small section is pretty cool. I say that because I get to play as my height in real life, so this feels more realistic to me now. I'm going to skip through this part mostly. I get why this part is important for the story, and the gameplay part is unique, but for this challenge, it really doesn't matter. You take damage during this, but there's nothing you can do about it. You're a small child who gets overpowered by a big Russian guy when continuing the mission. Nothing to be done. Can't stab the soldier better in order to not take damage. You eventually get captured by Broccoli, because who knew kids weren't good at escaping a military invasion? Our next objective is to find the wolf and Hadir, or both, or none, or Carrot, I think. Not exactly sure because I didn't remember this mission at all going into it. It starts off like clean house. Oh fuck, let me try again. So this mission starts off like clean house, and it's pretty simple. You clear room by room. We get information that the wolf is underground, and that's when I remember this mission as, oh yeah, that's the one with the fire. And I immediately began crying for the 5th time this playthrough. You'll see what I mean later. So Farah and I made our way through the hole. I thought I maybe blew up the tripwire and tested that theory as all good scientists do. Scraped my knee, but that doesn't count. Took more explosions to the face. Then the fire started. I honestly thought this would give me trouble because touch the fire, take damage, and there's a whole lot of fire to go around. Met back up with Farah the way I want to meet up with all of my friends. Dangling. I got my numbers and colors confused and cut the letter E by accident. And finished another mission. Like the last time you play Farah, there isn't much you can do to avoid damage at first, so most of this I will skip. Decided not to listen to Broccoli. Broccoli didn't like that. I decided I would not disobey Broccoli again after that. Told him who I was.
Messages are from me. I am Kareem.
I will say it was nice of them to teach me how to drink water though. It's something I've struggled with for years. Told Broccoli the truth again.
I sent the message.
And for the 3rd time.
The messages are from me. I am Kareem. I am responsible.
Of course he knew all along. I've been trying to tell you, you cauliflower. I picked up the most useful object in all of sports history and started my escape. I did some puzzles that were honestly just the right level of challenging for my poor brain. Tried to escape death. It's pointless to try. Pushed forward, forgetting about the sniper. Then dealt with the sniper with a method I didn't think would work. It was about time I exploded on someone. Was saved by less rank price, I believe $1.99. Started Old Comrades and met generic Russian name number 1, Nikolai. Picked up my favorite L shape from the box. Would have done very well if there were an enemy through this door. And had to chase the Whack Master through the city. I gave him a few warning shots before I really started chasing him.
dead.
I ignored his present,
They die because of you.
did a good aim, did a test for science. I guess technically the amulets did stop after they sent my organs ping-ponging through my body, so I'll give them an A-. Watch the Whackmaster take a tire to the knee. I'm sure it'll shock you to learn I struggled here. I tried some fun strategies though.
No use to us dead.
I watched Whackmaster get hit with the van so much, it stopped being funny. I played that sequence about 12 times before I got the penultimate mission, which means the second from the first of the third, last, or maybe not, I don't know. This guy had food from the taco truck obviously, since his ass exploded after I shot at him. Made a smart decision. In hindsight, I wish I'd picked up this silent shotgun. You'll see. I did really well during this sneaking section. Could have gone guns a-blazing with the few brain cells I had left, but I gained the power of big brain and didn't. Learned Hadir had captured Broccoli's cousin, Broccolini. This cousin must be Kel considering he gave Broccoli's sweet passcode away. Getting to the third floor would not be an easy task. The enemy decided to start a conga line right around this door in the hallway, which isn't a big deal by itself, but remember Shotgun Man with laser ammo? Yeah, he's back with a vengeance. And my checkpoint was right before that door. See here, that shotgun I saw a while back would have been very helpful. But Big Brain hadn't activated yet, so I was left with two semi-automatic, not shotguns. And the thing about Shotgun Man is his brother is also downstairs, and he likes me even less. So even if I kill downstairs dude, I still have Pisshead upstairs to deal with. This took a little while. A little longer than I'd like to admit. I eventually got smart and killed a guy holding an Uzi, where I could pick it up safely, but that had no effect on laser ammo wall hack shotgun bullshit guy. So I changed things up a little and found a room for me to hide in. Hopefully one where I can't be made fun of for smelling like Doritos again. It worked much better, but no place is safe from Shotgun Man. With no luck whatsoever, and all skill and smart decision making by me, the next time worked charm like a. And Shotgun Man was dead. His brother almost fucked me though. I cried again. Got a checkpoint, and again cried. Found my big strong man. All hell broke loose.
No way out.
Took absolutely no damage here because I closed my eyes. Let me know what happens. I was almost done with this mission, but Russian Shotgun Man wanted to play. I learned that sometimes doors are hard, and gave myself flashbacks of a desert. Could see the tunnel, and got ass blasted. Eventually escaped. Gave my big strong man away. They always leave in the end. So I started the final mission. The game immediately gives you the fun stick from the embassy mission. So how hard could this really be? The enemy and I were pretty evenly matched. Their accuracy was set to recruit, and mine to fuck it up, fam. There was this weird bird in the sky that kept peeing on me though and hurting me. It was strange. I was also very not sniffing a cucumber during this. I'll let that statement speak for itself. Finally destroyed Big Bird and headed indoors. This area wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Sure, I had several restarts and one checkpoint that could have been horrific if I weren't on recruit. But I never really got stuck. I did remember that there was a Big Daddy behind this door, and yes, like a lot of things in this game, this is unavoidable damage. Big Boy didn't give me too much trouble though, just some minor fuck-ups. Alex and Farah had a touching conversation about bagels or something. Ah, and there goes Alex to be a purchasable object in the store. After switching to Garrett, I found what most resembled a water gun and put it to use. Didn't save me though. Fucking useless gun. The game didn't hold my hand enough, so I couldn't figure out where to put the bloody charges.
Turn your charge and go, Kyle.
Then I had one final task. Kill Broccoli.
Say again.
Surprise, I fucked up. And told Broccoli the truth for one last time. And that's how I kind of maybe almost probably certainly didn't beat the Modern Warfare campaign without taking damage. I don't know, you decide. I want to take a moment to thank everyone that came to support the last video. If that video didn't do so well, I wouldn't have wasted my time with this one. So really thanks to all of you. No one else is probably here watching this part, but if you like the video, hit the little up thing that turns blue. The down one turns blue too, I think, so you can hit that one as well. Subscribe and ring the thingy or whatever good YouTubers say. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, where I usually say nothing but like the post a friend of mine tags me in. Oh yeah, and fuck Molotovs.